All right. So I just finished watching the Tank Garcia Grand Arrivals on Showtime. And I'm gonna get my thoughts on the fight. My honest thoughts. I usually don't do breakdowns and all that. I just watch the fights and enjoy from a distance. But this fight got a lot of buzz around it, so I'm just gonna put my 2 cents in like everybody else. So my thoughts. Everybody saying it's a 50-50 fight. And I can see why they saying that, you know. Ryan a good fighter in his own regard, you know. Tank is Tank, you know. We always seen Tank get the knockouts, you know. And Ryan got a good knockout percentage as well, you know, got a good KO percentage. I think he like 23 knockouts, something like that, you know, something like that, some sort. But I can see that fight. I can see that fight going one or two ways. I can see it going a distance. I can see that fight going a distance, but I can also see it ending in a knockout. Ryan Garcia is a great fighter. I'm gonna start Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is a great fighter, and my thoughts on Ryan Garcia is he got speed for one. He do got speed, and with speed comes power. You know, speed kills. You know, that's what my coach always tell me in football. Speed kills. You know, so I can, you know, it's a chance. I'm not saying it's a good chance. It's a chance that he can knock out Tank. I just don't see it happening. You know, me personally, I don't see it happening. I say it's a 50-50 fight because Ryan can box. He can box. You know, he can box, and who knows? He may get the decision. You know, he may get the decision. I don't. You know, it's a maybe. I'm going to that off front. I'm going with Tank. I'm riding with Tank. But I'm gonna give Ryan. I'm gonna give him his props. You know, I'm gonna give him his just due. You know, because it's only right. I'm not a fanboy, none of that stuff like that. I'm gonna give him his just due. Ryan can box. You know, he can box. You know, he can keep Tank at bay with a jab if he plays cards right. You know. And he can make it a real tough fight for Tank. You know, he can make it a real tough fight, make it a long fight. I don't see him getting in Tank head to the point where, you know, you're just frustrating him. I just feel like he can make it a good fight with the jab, you know, the jab and, you know, power shot here, power shot there, you know, make it an interesting fight, you know. His defense is what's throwing me. His defense. He ain't got the best defense, you know. You seen Luke Campbell drop him, you know, with a punch, you know, that he shouldn't have got hit with. Honestly, he shouldn't have got hit with that punch. You know, if he was on his P's and Q's, he shouldn't have got hit with that punch. And I'm going to say right now, if Tank hit him with that punch, he not getting up. That's first and foremost. He not getting up. Tank got Thanos power, you know. He got that one. He touch you, you out. You know, he got that Deontay Wilder touch, man. That's how it goes, you know. If he can avoid Tank, if he can avoid the power of Tank, and if he got to go in and have a flawless fight. You got to go in and have a flawless fight. You can't go out there fighting with his chin up in the air like you do, you know, not having the phone up. You got to make sure you got that right hand up at all times, because Tank got crazy power in both hands, you know. That uppercut is from hell. He throw with everything in him, man, too. So, and on Tank end, like I said, I see Tank winning that fight. I don't know if it's gonna be a knockout though. You know, I don't know if it's gonna be a knockout. I think Tank, he can knock him out though. I'm gonna say that it can be, but I think it's gonna go the distance. You know, if it don't go the distance, I got Tank in like the 10th round by knockout, man. Because we never seen Ryan go the distance with a full-fledged fighter like Tank. You know, Tank is a beast, man. That's a man, though, man. On Tank end, Tank got to be able to avoid Ryan jab. He a long fighter. Ryan's a long fighter. We seen Tank fight against Marius Barrios early on in that fight, and Leo Santa Cruz. And early on in them fights, you know, Tank kind of had trouble, but Tank download information. He don't get out there and just fight and just throw power shots. The man is a good boxer. If you look at him, since the first time I seen Tank, I said that young man can fight. He been doing it since he was young. And he got the gift. He not out there just throwing punches, just throwing. He calculate and he download information. And when he knock you out, it's something he didn't already seen. He didn't plant that knockout for at least around 2-3 rounds ahead of time. He download information, then he give you that boom. And it's just like lights out. So like I said, if Tank can get past the length and the reach, which I think he ain't gonna have no problem do. Tank got a mean, like what is it called, like a gazelle hook, something like he leap off his feet, he leave his feet good to cut the distance off because he's short. Tank will leave his feet to cut the distance off, and on top of that, he like to turn fighters. He'll turn them, he spin them, he keep them off distance. Ryan ain't got the best footwork. I'm gonna say that right now. He got footwork, but he ain't got the best footwork. He got slow footwork. He got fast hand speed, but his footwork is not. It's not there. It's not all the way there. So it's gonna be a good fight. But I got Tank. I got Tank in that fight at the end of the day. Because I said Tank, he's a proven fighter. He done been in there with Warriors. He done been there with Leo Santa Cruz. I love Leo Santa Cruz. Leo Santa Cruz is all my respect. I seen Tank do Pedraza so bad early on in his career. Pedraza was a champion at that time. He did that. He knocked Pedraza out the damn range. You're gonna be honest. He knocked Pedraza out the range. Pedraza was already a champion at the time that happened. He was a champion. So he done been in this spotlight. He done been in there, and he got that grit. He from Baltimore. He got that grit, man. He ready for it. You gotta coming up with that dog. If Ryan gonna have to come up with that dog if you want to win that fight. Straight up. The Tank gonna come up with that dog. He got a lot riding on his back right now. He grew up around champions. He grew up in the Mayweather gym. He got a good team on his side. Coach Calvin Ford. I love Coach Calvin. He keep him on his P's and his Q's, man. So it's gonna be a good fight, man. But I got Tank winning that fight. Come the 22nd, we gonna all talking done. I see they bet their purses, whatever. We gonna see who win the fight at the end of the day, man. They bet their purse. Whoever win, take all. That's kind of crazy to me. If I was Ryan, I wouldn't did that. I'm still early in my career. As far as money wise, I need all that money. That's gonna be one of Ryan's biggest paydays. So that may have been a mistake. Tank can afford to lose that. Tank got money. He already riding on PJs and shit. But yeah, man. Like I said, I see that fight going a distance. But if not, I got Tank. If it don't go to distance, I got Tank winning in the 10th round. Because, like we said, I never seen Ryan go to distance with a fighter like that. Tank take a lot out you, man. Them body shots, them things hurt, man. Tank not a light puncher. Like I said, Ryan Garcia, he can clip him too. I don't see it happening because Tank got great defense. He a defensive fighter. So Ryan got to come in there. You got to have that chin tucked. You got to have that hand up. And you got to be on his P's and Q's, man. That whole fight. I got to be on that whole fight. You got to be on his P's and Q's, man. That man did Leo Santa Cruz so bad, with that uppercut, he just knocked the man lights out, like that's all it takes from Tank, man. Just one of them things, So the 22nd, we gonna see what happened, man. It's your boy EG. I just want to get my 2 cents on the fight. And I usually don't even do these, I just say what the hell, man. I got a YouTube. Let me go ahead and post something and put my 2 cents out there in the atmosphere. And we gonna see what happened, man. 22nd will be a good fight, So after the fight, I'm gonna come back on if I was wrong. I'll come back on, admit I was wrong, no problem. I ain't got no problem with admitting my wrongs. That's part of being a man. I ain't got no part of admitting my wrongdoings. But yeah, I ain't want to make this video too long. That shit's already about 10 minutes already. So yeah, 22nd, we gonna see what happened, y'all. So between time, y'all stay blessed and let's see what happened on this fight, y'all. Y'all be good.